I'm going to share my screen. Now, please, if you do have any questions during my presentation, feel free to add a question in our chat. So you are able to chat. So please, if you do have any questions, please ask. And we'll just admit the next few people that are joining us and we can begin. So here's our chat box if you're not familiar with Zoom. And you can directly message me here. Please ask all your questions here. Today is January the 20th. It is a very cold day here in Toronto, Ontario. And I think a lot of the country is getting some cold weather this week. Before we begin, there is some exciting news for Canada. I am so excited that we will be bringing exosomes to Canada through Mesoestetic, and an amazing treatment that I had the privilege of trying out in Spain late last year, and it was absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to have another treatment. And we've got 3 more peels hitting the Canadian market soon. And of course, our Aptos thread lifts, which is a very exciting time for Canada and the cosmetic world. So welcome everyone to New Year's Future of Medical Innovation and our weekly webinar. We are a trusted manufacturing as well as distributing company here in Canada. We distribute some of the best products, treatments, and devices around the world to the Canadian and North American market, with over 20 renowned companies in the Nuvure portfolio. And let me introduce you to some of our brands. We've got Aptos, and if you have been following along with all the beautiful innovations here in Canada, Aptos is just on the desk of the final persons at Health Canada to officially launch it here in Canada. We are doing a webinar series right now. So for any doctors or clinic owners or any professional out there that is interested in Aptos, we do have our Aptos webinars going on this week. Get a hold of anyone on the Nuvure team and we can give you more information. But these Aptos thread lifting methods are amazing, with almost 50 different methods that you can coordinate with fillers, with facelifts, or just on their own, giving you so much more versatility to do things with your clients' anti-aging needs. And of course, we've got the amazing Fedia High Tissue PRP system. This is an amazing award-winning PRP system that gives you the most concentrated amounts of platelets to give you the best outcomes in your treatments. And of course, we here at Nuvure have thousands of SKUs for medical supplies because Nuvure wants to be your one-stop shop. If there is something that you need and you can't find it on our website, we will help to source it for you and get you the best price. And of course, we have our Geska. These are beautiful, sleek, German engineered beauty technology devices that you can sell to your clientele and use in your clinic treatments. They help with the absorption of your actives, they improve the texture and tone of the skin, and they elevate clinic treatments as well as that home experience with your favorite Nuvure offerings. One of the brands you can use with the Geska is our Dermaceutic Laboratory. This is such an amazing line because it's not a big line. It'll complement any of your clinics that perform medical aesthetic treatments, as it is a high quality line to enhance those treatments you offer your patients. It gives you everything you need to prep all skins, to treat that skin in that procedure and post procedure immediately after treatment, as well as enhancing and minimizing that downtime post procedure. A beautiful line to complement all your lines, including Mesoestetic. And Mesoestetic, they are the market leader in the field of medical cosmetics. And they're committed to providing solutions for all skins. They are global minded. So you have something for every skin condition in clinic as well at home. I'm Pina Lee, clinical education lead here at New Viewer. And with the rest of the team at New Viewer, we are here to support you. I bring my past from clinic to classroom to the client, and I love to share my knowledge. So please get in touch with us if you would like any additional information or your own education session. And today I'm proud to announce we're talking about Cosmelan. Now, Cosmelan is a professional pigmentation control system. And what does it deal with? Primarily, its focus is hyperpigmentation. And we know hyperpigmentation, yes, is the excess making of melanin in the skin. It can appear brown, dark, gray, and black. And when it's grayish and far in the skin, it can be red or pink, even almost purpley in color, in patches or spots. But what it can do is destroy people's self-esteem and create a poor quality of life, because a lot of this pigmentation is a challenge to treat. And that is because of that process. These melanocytes, this melanogenesis process always continues, and cells have a memory. So when you just clear the top with your traditional methods of treating hyperpigmentation, those beautiful results are short-lived. And that is because of that whole melanogenesis process. So what did we get from that process? We get that beautiful skin color that we're born with, but with excessive melanogenesis and a disruption in that process leads to hyperpigmentation that can display like lentigines, which can be age spots. You can call them, solar freckles. They happen on the skin that's exposed to the sun. And it can be the face, the neck, the arms, anywhere. As we get older, they become more prominent. Of course, freckles. I love freckles. Now, if you want to get rid of your freckles, that's your choice. But they are cute. And they get stronger in the sun. So I understand why people want to lighten them. And then, of course, our post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. This one here can happen in all skins, but tends to be more prominent in those higher photo skin types. Your Fitzpatrick's 3, darker 3s, your 4s, your 5s, and your 6s. This can happen from anything, from acne to dermatitis, even from treatments that you've done in the past or products that you use. And of course, that sun and other factors, those triggers can make it look worse. And then the most challenging of all hyperpigmentations, your melasma. Now, melasma is primarily found in women because our emotional roller coaster with our hormones. However, it is and can affect the male of our species as well. It is most common on your face, less common on the neck, and even rarer on the body. But with more use of hormone replacement therapies and oral contraceptions, as well as that natural fluctuation in our hormones and triggers from different places, it is becoming much more prominent and more challenging to treat. Mesoestetic, they have stepped up. They have created a benchmark in the market for treating pigmentation, and it is your Cosmelan. The Cosmelan is a method, and it has a dual approach to hyperpigmentation. Yes, it does that corrective action of removing pigmentation from the superficial layers by means of exfoliation. So yes, your clients will have an amazing peel, and as they peel, they will see bright, new, amazing skin below it. However, it does go past that traditional treatment approach and mechanisms of most treatments out there. It does the elimination of melanin in those skin cells by increasing that autophagy action. We all know that when you use a laser to remove a tattoo, we blast it with the light, and that laser takes that pigment, in that case, granules of ink, and it pushes it into the body. The body gets rid of that pigmentation. When it comes to melanin, the process of ridding a body, whether it's forced by treatment, or in this case, the Cosmelan method, or by nature, melanin leaves the body not through internal systematic systems, but out through the surface of the skin. So that is why so many traditional treatments don't give you long-term effects, because as it clears just the surface, that melanogenesis action has pigment throughout the various layers and cells of that epidermis. So Cosmelan eliminates that melanin in all the layers with autophagy action. It also gets to that port of exit, as I like to call them, those dendrites, where those melanosomes leave the melanocyte with the pigment to carry to those skin cells. In the Cosmelan process, it inhibits that transfer. So it stops that transfer from the melanosomes to those skin cells. And of course, we are inhibiting melan synthesis. We are stopping it at the source, inhibiting trisinase, that enzyme that gets the party started. We're reducing the amount of stress in that little factory, calming that process down, and we are getting rid of melanin. One way we also do it is reducing the amount of copper ions that are brought into that factory. Without those raw resources of copper ions, melanin is not able to be produced. So as you can see, there's many layers through that melanogenesis system that Cosmelan works as magic. And even more revolutionary, it goes beyond that melanocyte to those enzymes that are starting that melanogenesis process, switching off those gene expressions of those enzymes. So it's like switching off the light to stop that process. And how does it do it? It does it with these amazing ingredients. Cosmazone, which I will get into more, it is a beautiful exclusive complex from Mesoestetic. Melaphenone, a molecule that was created by Meso for Dermamelan and now Cosmelan. And it has everything from your A's, your B's, you've got your C's, as well as your AHAs, your BHAs, and so many amazing ingredients that are going to do much more than just depigment and control pigmentation in that skin. Now, as I said, it has, the exclusive compilation called Cosmazone. And Cosmazone, takes two amazing flavonoids called epigen and fluoretin. And as we know, these are gorgeous. They do so much for anti-aging and so much for oxidation and so much. However, they're very volatile, being flavonoids. So Meso has created a system that encapsulates these volatile little flavonoids and allows them to not only enter in to the deep layers of that epidermis, but down to that dermal epidermal junction where it can do both anti-aging as well as pigmentation control. And as you see here, it has three main methods of action. And one is that autophagy, bringing up all that pigmentation from all the layers of that epidermis to the surface so it could be shed away. It does do that epigenetic process of switching off those gene expressions of those enzymes. And here are the enzymes that they directly turn off. And then, of course, when we are doing that depigmentation process, we also want to do anti-aging, protect the existing collagen and elastin from those MMPs, synthesizing more collagen and elastin, and creating and increasing more protein like TIMP1, which is going to also inhibit those MMPs. So not only is it taking care of your pigmentation, it's also anti-aging and protecting the beautiful forms and foundation you already have. So Cosmelan's Cosmazone on its own can reduce the synthesis of melanin by 47%. And that other exclusive ingredient, exclusive to Cosmelan and Dermalan, is our melaphenone. And I get so excited when I talk about this one because it is a molecule, not just a complex, but a molecule designed and owned by Mesoestetic. And this molecule is absolutely phenomenal as it works just like tyrosinase to bond with tyrosin and lock into place. That way, there is a reduction in that activity of your tyrosinase by up to 56%. Put that together with all the other ingredients, and you have a system that not only clears the surface, but also gets to the root of the problem to help re-educate those skin cells. And here is some beautiful science. Cosmelan was developed by scientists. So everything they do will always be backed in science, and they will always share their documentation and the results. And here you can see they took a culture of skin and they stimulated it to start that melanogenesis process. And within 8 days, you can see clearly that that process is going strong. Those melanocytes are reaching high into that epidermis, delivering large amount of pigmentation that deposits in the top surface of the skin. Then they took that culture, treated it with that tyrosinase, but also added Cosmelan. And within those same 8 days, you can see quite a difference in not just the surface of the skin, eliminating that deposit of pigmentation, but look through the layers of the skin. That amount of melanin being transferred from those melanosomes has decreased. Even the activity within the melanocyte itself has diminished until we do that process for the 6 months so you can get beautiful results. And in our in vitro results, we can see that when treated with Cosmelan, there is a 90% reduction of melanin in that melanocyte, that melanocyte. So a reduction of 90% of melanin within that melanocyte. through the in vitro testing when done with Cosmelan. But as I said in the beginning, this is a treatment that not only does pigmentation control, but it is an all around amazing anti-aging treatment that is going to help with anti-glycation, antioxidized stress action. So we are not only going to protect collagen and elastin fibers, we are going to give that skin so many beautiful anti-aging ingredients that the skin will be smooth. Every part of the skin will be glowing like glass, and you will have visibly no pores and a lifting, tightening action. Because we do need to understand the science behind all these added new ingredients. You see, melasma is not only an excess of melanin in the skin. Histologically, the characteristics of melasma skin is the same as photoaging skin. And what does that mean? Well, photoaging skin has a breakdown in that dermal epidermal junction. The structures of our elastin and collagen start to break down due to those UV rays. And when that happens, we get that loss of elasticity and sagging, we get wrinkles, we get thin under the skin in our dermis and thickening of that epidermis. And with that damage to that dermal epidermal junction, it allows melanin to go down rather than up. And now we're introducing even more issues like dermal pigmentation. So to combat that, Cosmelan has created amazing ingredients that are going to work on those ROSs and other free radicals in that skin, calming down that skin. Because when a cell is stressed out, it can't do its job. So you can give it all the ingredients you want. But if the cell can't use the ingredients, you're just putting money out to burn. So Cosmelan knows this. It gets that calming, reduces that oxidized stress, gets rid of the oxidized stress within that cell so it can do the job. And here is exactly the proof in the pudding. Here is a beautiful, stable cell doing its job. Every organelle is happy. Then they added oxidized stress to that beautiful cell. And you can see it's paralyzed. It just doesn't know what to do with itself. Then we added melaphenone with that oxidized stress. And as you can see, melaphenone stabilized that cell, neutralized that oxidized stress, and allowed that cell to go back to its stable, happy status and do the job it was meant to do. And as I said, it's also for glycation skin. And glycation skin is a word that, estheticians that have been in the industry for decades, like myself, have seen, but never named. It's that skin that's got a lot of wrinkles where wrinkles just shouldn't be. It's hard. You go to do an extraction and you break a nail, that kind of skin. And that is because of that glycation action on those beautiful cells. Just like glycation can stiffen our organs, get into our body. On the skin cells, it does that same action. It stiffens those cells. I like to compare it to plaque on your teeth, gunking up the cells, creating that immobility and paralyzation of the cell. When we add the melaphenone to that glycated fibroblast, you can see again, we have a happy, stable fibroblast that is now able to create that collagen and elastin that we're looking for. And when you put all those beautiful ingredients together for that depigmentation action, that epigenetic action beneath, it creates that beautiful clear skin, lifted and tightened face. You can see here this beautiful change in that 6 months. And here's another change with the melasma. And as I said, because it is fast acting, you can start seeing results as soon as 30 days, as you can see in this patient's face here. She still has a lot of time to go, but in that first 30 days, you can see an incredible amount of clearance. And even after 90, it's bringing up all that pigmentation, clearing it from all the levels of the skin. And this one here, she's got another month to go, but look how amazing her results are so far. And here's her side view. You can see it's improving not just where the pigmentation was, but all of the texture of the skin. And for post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, it doesn't matter the age of that skin. A younger skin with a lot of bad scarring and pigmentation will get beautiful results post-acne treatments. And even in that darker, stubborn skin that holds on to that pigmentation, you can see amazing results. So just to recap what Cosmelan is, it is a professional depigmentating method. It is a system that involves one in-office treatment and a home phase. It has that dual action of correcting the surface and regulating the mechanisms of melanogenesis to keep long-lasting results. It's anti-glycation, and it's got that anti-aging effect. It is safe for all skin types, even your sensitive skin. And of course, because it comes from Mesoestetic, global-minded thinking company, it is for all photo skin types. Visible real outcomes supported by in vitro and clinical studies. And this is why, with over 39 years of experience in the field, they are the world leading in hyperpigmentation treatment. Now, as I said, Cosmelan is not just a standalone treatment, it is a system. And like any very changing, I want to say, renewing treatments that you're going to do with medical aesthetics, there is a time where you want to prep that skin, prepare that skin so it can get the most out of the treatment. You'll do the treatment in office, and then they begin that home phase that will last for 6 months. And then, of course, they can maintain those results very quickly and safely. So let's get down and break it up for you. The Cosmelan protocol comes with, as I said, that one in-office treatment where it accomplishes that intensive depigmentating function. So when you receive your Cosmelan pack, you will have your in-office treatment on one side, and you will have your home pack, your first of 3, with your 6-month home protocol. So you bring your client in for a day of treatment, depending on their skin color and skin characteristics, you will select their exposure time. For most people, they'll wear it for 8 hours. And for those very dry, sensitive, or thin skins with moderate pigmentation, they will wear it for 6. Once they reach their 6 or 8 hour exposure time, the client will rinse that product off at the comfort of their own home. And then for the next 7 days, they will use the Melan Recovery and the Melan Sunscreen 50 from your home pack. Now, for those skins that are like me and like to have everything you need for your treatment, we do recommend the anti-stress mask as a weekly mask, because being, trained as an esthetician, I love having a mask every week use, and that would be the anti-stress mask. So once they begin their home protocol, they will start with their home pack. And in that home pack, they will get their 3 products for their use. Their actives with their Cosmelan 2, their Melan recovery for all of the redness and minor skin reactions, and the amazing Melan sunscreen 50 plus. They will use the actives twice a day. And of course, the accessory ingredient actives will be accompanied by your other two products. Of course, this is a dose dependent treatment, so you're going to follow the lead of the skin. Remember, Cosmelan 2 are ingredients based on the Cosmelan 1, but at a lower concentration and formulated to be a daily cream. This is going to continue that intensive depigmentation from that office treatment. It's going to regulate the action of that melanogenesis process. It's going to continue that depigmentation. It's going to do the anti-glycation and anti-aging. And as I said, you will like to do it twice a day, but adjust it to the needs of the skin. Now, Melan recovery, if you are at risk of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation like myself, I tweeze, I go red, I go brown. I love Melan recovery. Yes, it comes in the Cosmelan pack, but it is available as a standalone treatment. This not only is a restoring, calming balm for sensitive skin or reddened skin post-treatment, it has a regulatory capacity, which means it's going to reduce oxidized stress in that skin and help to prevent post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. And Melan Sunscreen 50 Plus. This truly is an amazing product as it is a 2-in-1. Not only does it provide a very high protection to UVA and UVB, but it also protects you from your high emitting visible light from your TV screens, your computers, and of course, our phone. And it protects you from the heat of infrared. So not only does it have those amazing, beautiful protections with our chemical and mineral filters, but it also regulates hyperpigmentation and stops PIH in its tracks. You're going to shake it before you use it, and you're going to apply it every 2 hours as long as you're awake. So if you're awake, you're wearing sunscreen, inside or outside. Now, as I said earlier, because Cosmelan is a very strong and amazing system for depigmenting, anti-aging, and anti-glycation, you do want to set the stage of that skin so your client will get the optimum results and outcomes from their treatment and have a comfortable journey as well. In clinic, we recommend the Melano Stop Tran X Mesopeel. This is one of 4 Mesopeels from Mesoestetic. The first one to be approved by Health Canada, with the next 3 to follow. This does everybody's skin, face as well as body. You can use it on underarms and inner thighs, but when you do 1 to 5 treatments before a Cosmelan, it really gets that skin ready. And the reason why, it has amazing ingredients. First, it's got that sensopeptide, and this is exclusive formulation for all mesopeels and Mesoestetic. It allows skin cells to stay alive longer, getting rid of those sensei cells, those dead cells, so the body can do its job. And as you can see by these beautiful ingredients, they are going to get that skin used to the ingredients of Cosmelan, but get that melanogenesis ready for that correction. At home, it's just as important to get that skin ready. And rule of thumb is, if your client can comfortably wear our Skin Retin 0.3 every night for a minimum of 2 weeks for normal and experienced skins, and every night for a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks for a more sensitive, new to medical aesthetic procedure skin. They can wear it nightly without irritation or sensitivity. Then their skin is acclimated enough to the mesoaesthetic formulas to do a Cosmelan comfortably. And as you can see, why we call it zero point 0.3 is because we have 0.3% pure retinol. The other 1% effect of our skin reddening comes from 0.7% of bakuchiol. And bakuchiol is an amazing plant that provides all the effects of retinol without all the skin reactions of retinol. So when Meso puts these two ingredients together, you're getting that 1% medical grade effect of retinol without the reactions of that 1%. Now, you need to understand the skin is an organ and it can be destroyed or damaged countless of ways, accidentally or intentionally, like in a treatment. Knowing that, you have to understand that the skin has a natural reaction when damaged. There will be redness and swelling and tightness and itchiness and edema and peeling. And these are all normal and all temporary reactions as your skin heals. These reactions are displaying that your skin is renewing itself and it's responding to that treatment the way it should. Understanding that these reactions are common and a natural process can make your clients feel comfortable when they are healing. Stick to that recommended routine, support that skin's reaction in that recovery period, and this will enhance your results. Because as your skin renews, it may need some additional comfort and care and hydration to ensure that comfortable experience. So here is a typical experience on the Cosmelan system. You can see that client gets extremely red and tight. It starts to peel and shed, and then the color gets lighter and darker as it brings it up to the surface until she's completed her 6 months. And now she's got a beautiful, glowing. So first, you bring in the client, you do their preparations in clinic as well as home. You do your beautiful treatment. And that typically is going to start being a challenge for that skin in that first month because we are using all those phenomenal ingredients to stimulate and renew that skin, which means it's going to get tired, it's going to get thirsty, and it's going to be so worn out. So yes, they might need a little more attention that first month. But as that skin acclimates, it will get easier, and it does get easier, and clients are loving that treatment. Loved around the world millions of times. Now, with every system, you will receive this sheet. It's our prescription sheet, and this is what it looks like. I did enlarge it so you can see it clearly. This is like you being at home with your client. You'll give that to your client on the day of their treatment. It will go through the steps of the process. As well, it will take that client through their journey from day 0 all the way up to day 180. And then the beautiful results are there. Of course, as I said, your skin might need some support when you're asking it to renew itself twice daily for 6 months. And to do so, we have the beautiful complementary products that complement those treatment reactions. And of course, you want to ensure that your client has at least 1 or 2 of these products through their journey to make the results even more optimal. Everyone needs a cleanser, and the daily cleanser with Cosmelan is your Hydra Cream Fusion. This is a revolutionary product as it begins as a gorgeous cream. When you apply it to dry skin and move it along the skin, it will transform into a gorgeous oil. It will mimic that skin's natural lipids, giving hydration and comfort, and why it's perfect to use before applying your Cosmelan too. I've mentioned the anti-stress mask before, and this to me is the Cosmelan's best friend. A lot of clinics do include this as part of their package when a client invests in the Cosmelan because it is the perfect matching weekly mask. It gives you immediate deep relief and it can be used typically twice weekly, a few more times a week if necessary in that first month. But what it's going to do is support that skin's repair mechanism. It's got a beautiful, unique blend of botanicals and antioxidants that will help your skin recover quickly. And for rosacea skins, put it on after a long day in front of a hot computer and go to sleep. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, Skin Balance, also from our sensitive line in the pink colored solutions, this is more for your daily maintenance and comfort to reinforce that skin barrier and enhance that hydration. Just 4 to 5 drops for that full face, and this will give you daily maintenance of your comfort. Again, in the pink line from our sensitive skin solutions, this is more an optional thing for clients in their process. They love to wear their makeup. Of course, please advise to wear minimal makeup when undergoing treatments. And they say, my makeup keeps flaking off because of all the skin. Now, ultimately, I just recommend using your finger pads when you're using your Hydro Cream Fusion Cleanser to get rid of that flaky skin. But if someone has excessive flaking and really wants to calm it down a bit, we've got that fast skin repair. And with its panthenol and other beautiful floral and botanical extracts, it really helps to calm and get rid of that extra flaking. For hydration, we do have our moisturizing solutions, and that's with the blue coating. This, we give you options because every skin likes different textures. For the thicker, more heavy skins that don't want a lot on the skins, we have the Daily Hydrating Serum with our HA Densamatrix and one of my absolute favorite products. It combines 4 different forms of hyaluronic acid. So it's going to plump that skin. It's going to prevent transepidermal water loss, but it's going to get deep into that skin and help enhance that healing process. So you can go with the HA Densamatrix as a serum, or we have our daily hydrating nutrition and hydration cream in our Hydra Vital Factor K. This gives you 24 hours of hydration. It's beautiful and nourishing, but not too heavy, even on an oily skin. They'll love it for the winter. And for those that love a mask, in addition to the anti-stress mask, we do have a hydration mask option as well with our Hydra Vital mask. This, when it's dehydrated and dry, will just suck right into that skin. Now, with some key takeaways for Cosmelan, you must understand for long-term clarity, you need to complete that full system. Doing just the peel will give you intensive depigmentation. However, the melanogenesis process needs to be stabilized. Following through the system will have that skin become more uniform and stable by the end of that protocol. But remember, it's just a tool and not a magic trick. Maintenance is the key to keeping that skin clear. So once you've completed that 6-month protocol, Mesoestetic has created amazing products to maintain your results, and they can be easily incorporated into their regular skin routine. Of course, never stop using high protection. And this one, because it does protect you from that post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, is a must. And then we have our Melan 3 concentrate and gel cream. These two simple products are absolutely amazing. And for those that have devices that they need to prep that skin and even out the skin tone before and prevent hyperpigmentation due to inflammation post-treatment, Melan 3 concentrate will be your best friend. 4 simple drops each night, up to 4 simple drops every night with tranexamic, with acids and enzymes and ingredients to stop that triazinase activity and niacinamide to work as a shield. This is a beautiful product. Pair it up with the Melan 3 gel cream in the evening, or pair it up in the day with your favorite antioxidants and vitamin C's. And now you've got a fast absorbing gel cream that works gorgeous at night with the concentrate and in the day with your other moisturizing and anti-aging products. So to conclude, I want to say that we are the leaders in depigmentation with Mesoaesthetic. And it has that unique dual action solution that works at the surface to correct, but goes deep to the source of the product to regulate, giving you short and long-term results. It's proven around the world, and now it's got that anti-glycation and even more effective anti-aging results from a professional company with a very amazing reputation. You can create a system for your clients that gives you $1,000 return for 15-minute treatment. So trust the process, embrace the experience, and witness the transformation. Because when you follow the science, the results will be spectacular. Thank you for joining us today. And for all those who know, every week when we promote one of our featured treatments or products, we want to give you a token of appreciation. And all of the products and the treatment that we talked about today, you will receive 10% off your clinic order. So this coupon is valid for this week only. And next week, when we do our next webinar, this webinar code will no longer work. So if you want to take advantage and get 10% off your products, this week is the time you want to do it. And of course, if you are or know anyone looking for a change, we here at Nuvior are hiring, and we're hiring across the country. So please send your CV to hr@nuvior.com. And of course, if you do have any other requests for education sessions, or if you'd like any material, or if you're in the neighborhood and like me to come in for a visit, please reach out by phone or text or email. Thank you again. I'm going to put up the code for everyone to receive. And if you have any questions, please use your group chat and we can answer them now. No questions? Okay. Well, I'm glad everything was clear. I want to thank you all for joining us today. And please remember, next Monday, again at noon, we will be hosting Eastern Standard Time, another edition of our weekly webinar. For everyone here at Nuvior, I'd like to say thanks for joining us and see you next week. Have a great Monday.